I am having such a wonderful day because I just announced today, I'm filming this on Monday, I just announced the new release with Beauty, and I just want to get ready and I want to chat a little bit, I don't know, about life, about future plans, about all of the different things, and I want to do another look with this palette. So I have done 2 looks so far that you have seen, one of them being this like warm here, one of them being a cool here, and today I'm gonna be doing another look that I've been doing a lot, which is a really nice like smoky winged liner, and I'm going to use the wet look shade, and I'm going to show you one of my favorite ways of using it. There will also be a look, I know you love those, so I'm doing a 6 palette 6 looks next Monday, and I'm going to be doing a look with these shades here, showing you something lighter and softer but still with some contrast. I of course want to do something with the green too. I'll of course do that, and we need to use the rose gold in a shade because it is so beautiful. But I'm actually going to be doing my face first, and I have 2 things here from Undefined Beauty. I got these when I was in Catskills with Creator and Friends. I didn't talk, I think. So this is a Sun Serum Broad Spectrum SPF 50 mineral tinted mineral sunscreen, water resistant, and I have this one in medium tint with a warm undertone. So I kind of want to see how this one will look on my skin. I didn't really talk about Creator and Friends, I think, on this channel. Okay, it looks pretty decent. But I did do a vlog on my second channel. Maybe you didn't know, but I do have a second channel. So this is a SPF, but I'm still applying it like this because I just want to see how it's gonna look. So I do have a second channel where I do all my vlogs nowadays, if I do any travel vlogs or any event vlogs. And I also publish my book videos there, which has been so much fun. I cannot explain to you how good it has been for my mental health to just create book videos, having fun, talking about books, and like there's no pressure in me doing book videos. I'm just out here having fun basically and just talking about books, and it's been the absolute best. I will say September has not been a great reading month for me because I have had so much going on, of course, with this new Cinch launch, and also I do have my father-in-law and his partner here, so of course we've been trying to do other things, and we're also leaving. Well, as you're seeing this video, we've actually left, and somebody is again house-sitting our house, and we left to California. We're gonna be seeing Sequoia and Yosemite, and I will be vlogging that, and I'll show you on my second channel. But I haven't really been talking about Creator and Friends on this channel, but I had so much fun doing Creator and Friends. It's always such a fun thing. It is a creator owned and creator started event business started by Samantha and Simbri, and it is basically a way like for creators that are friends. It's networking in a job or even as a side hustle for a lot of people, or a hobby where it's really hard to actually meet in real life. Us mid-sized or smaller creators, we don't get invited a lot to different events, and they just decided to take things into their own hands and create these networking trips where we get to hang out. I see a hair. And sometimes we get to get new launches as well. I did have a dinner with my brand Saint Beauty at Creator and Friends. Unfortunately, my new release was not available at the time, but I have arranged for people to get it now as PR instead, because I do want people to be able to experience the wonderfulness of Cinch basically. And Undefined Beauty did have a brunch there. I am pretty sure that Undefined Beauty is a skincare and it started out as an SPF brand, and I think they delved into skincare and now SPF based makeup as well, and I am pretty sure it is a woman of color owned brand, if I'm not totally mistaken. So I'm really excited to be trying out more things from them. My face is looking way too glowy right now, but I'm having a somewhat good, this is usually the era where I want to cover up, I'm having a somewhat good skin day, so I'm just going to be spot concealing a little bit, and I will probably let this one sink in a little bit, and then I will be setting my entire face with a loose layer of powder, and we'll see if I'm able to wear this as if, because I do have oily combo skin, and there are definitely foundations and skin tints that start like this that still work on me. It's about how they work with powders, it's about how they dry down, it's about how they wear throughout the day. And I've heard nothing but good things about Undefined Beauty's SPF, so I'm really excited. It felt very lightweight and beautiful, and the color was really sheer and definitely worked on my skin tone. Okay, I feel like my skin is looking really good. I'm gonna take like a couple of minutes and see if this one settles down a little bit more, and I'll zoom in as well. And I can put some powder on top. But initial impression, I mean, it looks delightful. It covered a little bit of the imperfections, but you can still see that it's like skin. So far so good. Let's see how I feel about it in a couple of minutes. So it's been about like 4 minutes or something, and you can see it's still very glowy. It does almost entirely set down, but I will say if you're just using this as a just out the door skin tint, I do feel like there's a chance that this might set down the entire way. I will still use powder over because, again, I have a very oily T-zone, I should say. I'm gonna use a little bit of bronzer. I'm gonna take this opportunity to do a little bit of cream bronzer since I haven't set my face yet, actually. So let's do that first. I feel like a lot of the tan that I had this summer has definitely gone away, especially in my face. I definitely need something to take my face back, but now I've started to lose a lot of my tan on my body as well, which, I mean, it is what it is. I do tan pretty easily, and I have been loving being outdoors this summer. It has truly been a wonderful summer for that. I've also, of course, been very busy with traveling, which has been like a blessing, of course, to be able to do stuff like that. And also a blessing that this year my husband actually wanted to do a beach vacation. We went to Hawaii. We always try to do like one vacation together a year, and this year he was like, let's go to Hawaii. And listen, you don't have to tell me twice. And I just really have been enjoying soaking in the sun, having just an amazing time this summer. Of course, been a little bit behind on work and stuff because I have been traveling a lot, but now we're getting into fall season, and I am doing like my last trip with Ricardo. Now you're seeing this, like I said, I'm probably on a plane heading to San Francisco, but I'm also doing a quick just weekend trip with my friend. I'm actually going to Orlando end of October, and then we are going home for Christmas to Sweden, which I haven't been to Sweden since it's been a hot minute. It's really expensive to fly home to Sweden, and it's also one of those things that I have been able to meet a lot of the people that I like in Sweden in other places instead. Like I went to Greece with my mom this summer. That was amazing. But I'm really excited to get home. We're gonna be meeting Ricardo's family, we're gonna be meeting my family, and of course like my brothers and some of our nieces and nephews and all of that. Oh, that sound. It's gonna be really, really fun. But I'm also like, I'm dreading the flight because I've realized, listen, you know what I realized with age? Again, I'm talking about age, but long flights, they don't agree with me as much as they used to. I'm gonna use some of the Glam Light powder. I didn't used to have a problem with long flights. I used to be like, oh, this is fine, I can just sit here forever. And now I'm like, my knees, my back, my everything. When did I become a person who complains about my knees? That's definitely a being in the 40s kind of a thing. So I've realized that those like really long flights, because Sweden of course is even longer than going to some other places in Europe, they have really been something. They have really been something, and I do look forward when we are back in Europe. I do look forward to being able to travel to more places in Europe more easily. I mean, you can take the train. A lot of people are asking me, like, where am I moving when I'm going back? And we're not completely sure because it does depend on a lot of things, like where we want to live, but also where my husband can work, because he has been in academia now. If you didn't know, my husband is a neuroscientist in experimental psychiatry, and he has been doing his postdoc here in the US, and his postdoc is coming to an end. It's ending next year, so somewhere next year. Oh, I powdered my cheeks, but I did actually want to use, I got this from Nars. Can I just say Nars? Who's hanging this anywhere? Who's hanging this anywhere? It's so crazy. So now that I've shown this, I can take it out because they did actually send me another of the multiple sticks. And this one has the best color so far. And this one is in Hot Take. And this is like a warm peach. And you know what? I can be about that. So I think we're going to be... Oh, let me see if I can get a good brush. And now I get the opportunity to try out this formula. But yeah, we've been toying with a bunch of different ideas. For the longest, we were saying we really wanted to move to Italy. And I still really want to move to Italy. The problem is that it is not super easy for like, where would my husband work if we moved to Italy? We have been toying with the idea of moving outside of Milano or outside of Turin, but I'm not 100% sure that we are able. I will say this, I'm putting it on but I might need to warm it up a little bit because I feel like I'm moving some stuff. Okay, no swiping, only dotting. So we were looking into that, and I'm still hoping that we end up being able to do something like that. But now my husband is saying that there's a lot of work opportunity in Basel, which is in Switzerland. Did I ever dream about moving to Switzerland? No. But I told my husband, Switzerland is a very expensive country to move to. And I've talked about this before, and I don't think there's any shame in this. And I find it so fascinating when I get comments saying, you shouldn't out your husband like that you are the breadwinner. A lot of women will come on and be like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm taking care of the kids. I'm blah, 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 blah. But when a man is the one that's not making all the money, all of a sudden it's a shame. You need to stop it. Stop all of that. Stop shaming women for doing stuff that you would salute a man for doing. I hate it here. Please don't do that. My husband has no problem whatsoever with me making more money than him. But of course, he is hoping in the future to be able to, with all those degrees that he had, to be able to get a job where he can participate even more. And maybe I can also like take a backseat and not work like so much as I'm working. But there's definitely, I feel like a lot of people are reading in so much into stuff like that. My husband has no problem whatsoever with that, so why are you having problems with it for his sake? Makes no sense whatsoever. I'm actually going to be using one of the shades. I saw Morbius Black. Some of the creators in Europe already got their PR with Singe, and it's not that I prioritized those, it is because the shipment to the US got stuck in LA Customs for 3 weeks. It was fun, loving the customs in the US right now. So they already got some of their packages, but the US creators, it's coming soon. So I'm gonna use Disco as a highlighter because I saw that she did that and I was like, wait, this is so cool. So let me see. Oh yeah, why didn't I never try this myself? I mean, I literally made this palette and I never tried that. That's a really beautiful, like, I don't want to say subtle, but it's not like beaming. But it definitely works. There's a little sparkle in it, of course, because the shade is sparkly. But the base is like it's a light beige base with like beige and peachy shimmer in it. But you can build it up so it becomes extremely opaque if you want to, but you can sheer it out too, which is why it actually works really good on the cheeks. I mean, not too shabby, not too shabby. I'm gonna do my brows. I'm almost out of my brow pencil. I should really buy a new one because I actually don't think I have a backup. I usually, that's the only thing no, that's not true. Makeup removers and eyebrow pencils are the two things I always have backups of, but I actually don't think I have an eyebrow pencil backup. So definitely need to get on that because that will be a problem real soon. I think I'm gonna do a little bit, since I'm doing like a lighter skin look, I kind of want to do a little bit of like the faux freckles. I'm using the one from Tarte. I used to say it's not my favorite. It's still not my favorite because I kind of wish the applicator was a little bit more rubbery, like it had a little give to it, but I gotta say, it does work for what it's supposed to be doing. It does work a lot. And I'm excited to just have a little bit of freckles going on. I'm gonna fill in my beauty spots as well, and I usually do that with the ColourPop one. You can see I have like a beauty spot here, and I just fill it out. And I have two here. And I just have a couple of like small ones. So I just try to like fill them in a little bit. I think it looks good. Not for everyone, of course. Listen, you do what you need to do with your skin. Remember, what you like is not what everybody else's likes. I mean, there is a lot of makeup products that I will see people wearing, or makeup looks where I'm like, I would not go out in that. But I'm also a nice person, and I don't tell the people that, because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a little rude. I'm just gonna do a little bit of primer, not too much, because I'm gonna be doing a smoky liner, and I'm not gonna be wearing eyeshadow all the way up the brow, so I'm just blending it out a little bit. I find it so funny. I was talking to some of my friends on Polo this morning, and just as my announcement for Cinch Beauty went live, I had one of my labs reaching out to me, telling me the production was done for one of my other things that have been in production. I'm like, here we go. I haven't even been able to like get this one out, but I am excited. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to launch that this year, but I am excited. I'm gonna be wearing Boogie, and I'm gonna be wearing Rattan, this one, the lighter beige. Those are the two I'm gonna be using, and I'm doing an EO7, and I am gonna start here. Maybe I should have done a lip. Like I said, I kind of want to do the Undefined Beauty. They have like a SPF lip gloss, and I do love stuff like that. So I might use that one, but maybe I should get a lip liner on. Especially now that I actually can do my cinch lip liners. Oh my god, I have been wearing those so much. This is basically what I'm gonna do, by the way. I have been wearing those so much, and I'm so excited they're out in the open. And I kind of want to do Radical Rosewood. Someone was asking me about the names, why I did the names that I did. Let me see, this is Radical Rosewood. And honestly, I just did things that sound good. I like the name of like Radical Rosewood. I like things that like sound good when you say them, like Jassy Juniper, Messy Mahogany. I just think it sounds really good. And I tried to do a characteristic, and I decided to do trees, like different kind of woods and trees for this launch. And I am actually really excited about that. And I just think it's fun to do like a theming, because I feel like sometimes they will do like mahogany and ebony, and then they'll do caramel, and like I wanted to stick to a theming. I let my PR list pick out shades for like what shades they were interested in getting, and the most popular shades are the two dark shades, which is Witty Walnut and Messy Mahogany, and then the Brazen Birch and the Majestic Maple, the peachy and the pinky nudie shade. Those are also two very popular shades. It's really interesting to see like what your PR lists pick out when they're able to pick. I actually sent them the swatch picture that I have done, because I did this ahead of launch and sent it out. So this is swatched on my skin tone. Again, I have a light medium skin tone, and well, of course I do have this swatch picture as well, which is on 3 different skin tones. I just love this shade so much. On me, it looks a little warmer because I have a warmer undertone. I have seen this on a more cooler undertone. It looks a little bit more pink. Then let's go in with the R&R Sun Glaze in, what is the shade? Unbothered Nude. And I think this will be a perfect shade for this lip liner. Ooh. That smells like a pina colada. You know, I love a pina colada. Fun fact, one of my favorite drinks, I even had one yesterday. We went to a miniature golf course that had like a bar. I took a break in the middle of my workday, and I was like, let's do something fun. And I came back and I worked until 10 p.m. Fun times. But we went to this miniature golf course, and they were selling frozen pina coladas. Say less. This was a very light and serum-y formula. Okay, let's continue with the eyes. I'm gonna do the same with Boogie on the other side. You see I have a little creasing here, but we will fix that. I've been wearing this cool tone brown quite a lot like this in like a smoky liner, and it's been quite wonderful. Let us get rid of some of the creasing and let's apply the rattan, which is that lighter shade. I'm gonna use an EO3, this one. And I'm gonna put that all over the crease and the lid. Just to get a little bit of definition before we get into the shimmery shade. I just have been loving that one. Let me do a little bit of rattan here as well. What would you like if Cinch released in the future? I know a lot of people, listen, I know a lot of people are saying cool tone blushes. Maybe that will happen. But I would also love to hear some other thoughts. I do have some things in production right now, and I do have some things already done right now, and I have some things that I am developing, like samples and stuff of right now. I'm gonna blend this color under here as well, but I would love to hear, like, the audience that is here, what would you like to see? Some things are really hard and expensive to do, like foundations, concealers, bronzers. I don't see myself being able to afford releasing something like that in the near future. I hope you understand, but I still would love to hear your thoughts. Would love to hear your thoughts. I'm gonna use a little bit of boogie in here around the inner to like make that defined. I love this. Like, look at that. So this is the look right now. I'm just gonna buff a little bit on the edge here to make it a little bit, like I said, a little bit more smoky. But overall, I think we're done. Of course, with the mattes. Everybody calm down. We have some shimmers to get. But isn't that so cool? Let me actually do a brown in the waterline just to show you what I mean. What shade is this? Brouhaha. It's like a cool tone brown from Colourpop. Isn't that looking so cool? Okay, now we're gonna do what I call the wet look shade, which is funky. It's this shade right here. And it is like a peachy base, peachy like beigey base with a lavender periwinkle shimmer sparkle, like very like icy, and has a little bit of a pink at the flip. And I'm gonna do that here. And I'm just gonna pat it. To let this be a wet look sparkle. That's how I've been wearing it. It is giving a little bit of like, you know, those like sparkly topper shades, but you can build it up if you want to as well. But look at how beautiful that is, just sheared out. I've been wearing it like this so much. Even I've been committed to like the sparkly toppers. Big fan. Isn't that looking so cool? I'm so excited. Okay, let me wash my hands because I am a disco ball. I love this like neutral, easy look where it's just a little sparkle and it's just an easy breezy neutral look, because I have been enjoying wearing some neutrals as well. Although I will say the next thing that I am planning is gonna be very much colorful. Probably the most colorful thing that we have done so far. And per usual, I am always open for suggestions of like colors you would like to see, stuff that you would like to see. I tried with colors while still not releasing two generic shades that I've already seen time and time again, because what's the point in bringing out the exact same thing that we've always seen? At the end of the day, I am still a very small brand and I do have a pretty limited budget, but I am of course able to do more things or more colors. If there's something that you're like, I would have really loved to see this, I am very much open for suggestions. Nothing is impossible. But I hope you're having an absolutely lovely day, and I will see you on Friday for new makeup releases, but also for the launch of the new collection.